KYX Gray asked, I keep wanting to give up on my art. Any advice on how to stop thinking everything I make is horrible? Well, you've just about explained almost every artist that has ever existed.
Yes.
It's a very common thing called Imposter Syndrome, where no matter how good your stuff is, you feel like everything you do, you haven't earned it, and that whatever you're doing is bad. A lot of people feel this way. How do you guys feel about it?
I feel the exact same way. And looking back at when I was younger, I was so focused on, because was it Ira Glass? He has this great video, the sound clip, about how when you're a creative person, you have a level of taste. So you have very good taste when you're a creative person. However, your level of talent very rarely matches up to your level of taste. And so you constantly have this feeling in your gut that nothing you ever do is good enough. But switch it on its other side, your taste is what makes you special. And that's what makes you a creative. So you gotta... Self-doubt is just a part of life, and especially if you're a creative, you got to kind of balance it out. So obviously, I wish I had told my younger self, not everything you make has to be perfect. Just put it out there, because by just putting it out there, you're able to look at it and be like, what can I improve for the next time? Also, art is a craft, and you're not going to be the next, Da Vinci. I mean, go to anyone's like DeviantArt or something and then just scroll back to their old stuff. Like anybody that you thought was good had to start somewhere. And as you go, you'll pick up new techniques. Hey, you might even change your whole style. You might be like, I'm not good with watercolor, and you find that you're great with charcoal or something like that.
You also don't get to see the first drafts of things that you are seeing out in public. You are seeing the refined, finished version of whatever, and most things are and end up being collaborative efforts. So it's not like most authors have an editor who helps them with all their stuff. Like every movie is made by 1 million people. You can't go, I'm not doing this perfectly on my own. It's like, well, not many people do, and that's such a good point about taste, because I hadn't thought about that, about how I want to write stuff, I want to make things, but I also love watching or reading the things that are getting the best reviews.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing what is critically the best thing right now and going, I'm not making that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, one person out of
did that for the longest
billions
time.
of people happened to strike gold in a way. Because how many people make that incredible thing and then their next thing isn't? There's a luck element. But I think the biggest thing is focusing on the fact that you do it because you enjoy it and finding that joy and meditative fun in it.
I think also, too, along the same lines of changing your art medium, maybe it's something that you're not good at. And you can just kind of like when I said I quit acting and quit hosting and stuff like that, I realized, I really enjoyed it, but also I got so frustrated that I was, my talent wasn't where I wanted it to be, that I actually wasn't having fun anymore. So I stepped away and found passions in something else.
I think a similar advice chain to what we said earlier is, you don't have to fall in love with someone you're be dating. You also don't have to be the most successful or, kill it in the thing that you're passionate about. You don't have to make a name for yourself in any sort of way, because honestly, that doesn't bring happiness. That's an endless cycle. Because, with acting for me, coming out here, I had nothing, and I was like, oh man, if I can just get this job, then I'll feel better. And it's an endless climb, and I find myself feeling the exact same way now as I did when I first started with nothing on my resume.
Yeah. Also, another good quote about art: good artists copy, great artists steal. So no, it's real though. Nobody starts off amazing, and it's great to learn from other artists, whether you're in film or you do ceramics or you're doing watercolor. You can learn from people that have been in that business longer than you. Learn their techniques. Don't copy them. Don't copy exactly what they're doing, but copy their techniques. Figure out how to improve your craft based off of them. It's what the filmmaking business has completely built itself on.
Yeah.
It's why you go back, or it's like why I go back and watch The Godfather. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is boring, and that's because everyone's taken all the great things of The Godfather and they've made better movies out of it, in my opinion.
Like Chappie.
Exactly, Chappie.
I don't know. Throw out the most random movie.
But I'd say just keep at it. Believe in yourself. Like it, it's
find the enjoyment in it. Like find
you
what you
really
enjoy out of it, and like really like simmer that down to what you want out of it.
Yeah, and like be okay with knowing that accept that it might be crap, and that doesn't matter. That it's okay. Thank you for watching this week's highlight clip.
The full audio episode is available now wherever podcasts are found, or click the links below.
The full video episode comes out Friday, so be sure to subscribe and catch it.
To watch our most recent episode, click on the box on the right.
Also, check out our new merch at smosh.store.
Wow.